Hello and welcome to another episode of Culture Mosaic, where we explore Vietnamese traditions, creativity, and cross-cultural connections. This week, what cultural stories await us? Let's find out. We begin in lifestyle with Đường Lâm, a centuries-old village in the northern delta, where traditional homes and ways of life have been carefully preserved. Next, on the mic, we meet artist Lê Trang to discover how she weaves Vietnamese cultural values into her work, from the áo dài to scenes of everyday life. And in Connecting Cultures, we visit a primary school in Hanoi, where foreign teachers are not only teaching English, but also finding meaningful ways to connect with Vietnamese culture. All this and more right here on Culture Mosaic. Now, let's begin with our local news. Vietnam has been named one of the world's 28 most beautiful countries by Condé Nast Traveler, which highlights the country's diverse landscapes, rich and immersive travel experiences. Standout destinations include Hạ Long Bay, known for its emerald waters and limestone islands, Hà Giang, with its dramatic mountains and terrace views, and Phú Quốc Island with lush forests and pristine beaches. Another magazine, Time Out, has released a list of the world's 52 most beautiful destinations worldwide for 2026, which features 2 locations from Vietnam. Hà Giang, now Tuyên Quang Province, ranks 17th, recognized for its breathtaking mountain passes and rich cultural diversity. Meanwhile, Hội An, Đà Nẵng ranks 2nd, celebrated for its vibrant living heritage, where past and present seamlessly intertwine. It is this unique rhythm of life that places Hội An alongside some of the world's most iconic historic cities. Beyond its breathtaking landscapes, Vietnam's culinary heritage continues to gain recognition. Recently, the traditional craft of making thang chi steamed rice rolls, a refined part of Hanoi's culinary lineage, has been officially added to Vietnam's national list of intangible cultural heritage. The practice of making thang chi rice rolls combines folk knowledge and refined craftsmanship passed down through generations. The recognition is not only an acknowledgement of a long-standing traditional craft, but also an affirmation of Hanoi cuisine's place in Vietnam's rich culinary landscape. And as tradition is preserved, innovation in the arts is being brought onto the stage. The contemporary ballet Gió incorporates traditional Vietnamese materials such as paper fans, woven mats, and gió paper, while exploring a new movement language that blends classical ballet techniques with everyday Vietnamese rhythms. The production features a reimagined musical arrangement of Antonio Vivaldi's The Four Seasons, symbolizing renewal through cultural dialogue and artistic freedom. From global recognition to local roots, our next story takes us to a place where history is not displayed in museums, but lived every day. The constant flow of traffic, the energy of a city that never sleeps, Hanoi poses with modern life. But just 1 hour from the city center lies a place where time slows down. Đường Lâm Ancient Village offers a rare journey back nearly 1,000 years, preserving the cultural essence of the Northern Delta. Join us as we step into this living museum of history and tradition. From preserving heritage through architecture, we now turn to an artist who carries Vietnamese culture forward through color and canvas. In contemporary art, many young artists are finding new ways to tell the story of Vietnamese culture. For artist Lê Trang, those stories unfold through colors and familiar imagery, from the áo dài and Vietnamese women to nature, all deeply rooted in everyday life. Beyond revisiting her own memories through painting, Lê Trang has embarked on a dedicated journey, bringing the values of Vietnamese cultural heritage to the world.
Artist Lê Trang, born in 1987, is originally from Huế and currently lives and works in Ho Chi Minh City.
Beyond art, cultural connections continue to grow in everyday life. At a primary school in Hanoi, foreign teachers are not only teaching English, but also learning to connect with Vietnamese culture. This journey is reflected in the simplest moments, from the way they interact with their students to the affection they develop for the people and culture around them. These are the stories in today's Connecting Cultures.
Everyone ready today? Yeah! Okay. We are learning and practicing. I've been living and working in Vietnam for 8 years and at Lê Quý Đôn Primary School for 6 years. Family, my husband and my daughter are both Vietnamese. So everything, the food, everything made me feel in love with the Vietnamese culture. I think the students are my number one reason for enjoying teaching. I always try to incorporate the Vietnamese culture whenever it's possible. When we teach food to grade 1, I try to, after we teach the new vocab, I always tell them that my favorite food is bún chả, for example, or I enjoy eating nem. And I always try to tell them that I enjoy Vietnamese food, and they always love that. Come to the front and line up, please. Can you answer, how do you get to school?
For Daphne, having lived and taught in Hanoi for over a decade, learning Vietnamese is not just a hobby, but also an integral part of her educational journey.
Cô chào cả lớp. Are you ready? Yeah! Sit down for me. I wanted to learn Vietnamese so I could speak with my students and the other people around us. My students get very surprised at the beginning, but afterwards they think it's a very fun to come up with stories and try and talk to me in Vietnamese. Learning Vietnamese helps me to connect and understand my students better. It also helps me draw parallels between English and Vietnamese so I can anticipate any problems or miscommunications that's going to happen in the next lesson, in the next unit. That way I know what they're confused about or what is happening in my classroom. I think as teachers, we are constantly learning, so we're always learning about our students, about different ways to connect with them and to play with them so that they understand more effectively. Let's play a game, right?
Khi các bạn ấy đã có cái niềm yêu thích về văn hóa Việt Nam, con người Việt Nam, thì chắc chắn rằng khoảng cách giữa người nước ngoài với các bạn học sinh Việt Nam sẽ không còn nữa. Và cái khoảng cách đó được khi thu hẹp lại, các bạn sẽ tiếp xúc với giáo viên người Việt Nam cũng như là học sinh Việt Nam được dễ dàng hơn và chia sẻ cũng dễ hơn, và cũng từ đó là các bạn ấy có thể truyền đạt kiến thức được tốt hơn cho các bạn học sinh của trường tiểu học Lê Quý Đôn.
Besides learning to speak Vietnamese, the foreign teachers here also show their love for the language through singing. Previously, in preparation for the school's 20th anniversary, they even challenged themselves by performing Vietnamese folk songs.
I was very happy to join this performance. I think for the students, they will feel proud to see the English teachers taking part in the performance, singing in Vietnamese, singing very popular songs and wearing the traditional clothes.
We had to first learn the words, how to pronounce the words. After a lot of practice and a lot of help from our Vietnamese colleagues, we managed to pronounce the words. Then it was difficult to sing a song without knowing what it means. So we went and see what the songs meant. My family, my husband and my daughter also helped me a lot until I managed to learn it and sing it. I really think it's important for our students to see us working hard and making mistakes to learn a new language the same as they're doing in our classes. And I wanted them to be confident enough to make mistakes with me as they see my mistakes happening as well. They were very enthusiastic and ready to correct me if I had made any pronunciation mistakes right up until the performance.
Tôi mong muốn rằng là các con luôn luôn nhớ về cội nguồn, luôn luôn nhớ và giữ gìn những cái giá trị văn hóa truyền thống, và đặc biệt là cũng mong muốn là các bạn người nước ngoài hiểu thêm về những cái văn hóa truyền thống rất là ấn tượng của Việt Nam, trong đó có những cái tác phẩm dân ca mà đã được lưu truyền từ ngàn đời này.
Although the folk melodies they sang still sound a bit awkward in pronunciation, they show the foreign teachers' most heartfelt and genuine way of expressing their affection for Vietnamese culture. This sincerity helps bridge the gap between teachers and students, as well as between cultures that might otherwise seem so different.
Through everyday gestures and shared experiences, cultures find ways to meet, and that spirit of connection is what Culture Mosaic is all about. That also brings us to the end of today's program. Join us again next week for more inspiring cultural stories on Culture Mosaic. Goodbye and see you next time.